Well, folks, Kevin Feige has run his mouth recently about the fact that the recent Marvel films, the recent Marvel projects are not woke. He's trying to defend the recent trash that has been released since Endgame. Ever since Avengers Endgame, everything Marvel has put out has been incredibly bad, incredibly agenda driven, and incredibly full of identity politics. Now, Kevin Feige is saying that it is not what they were intending. And in fact, he's saying the studio is all about the creativity and the new direction that they are pushing. And it's not all about pandering. I don't know who this guy thinks is fooling, but at the end of the day, I would say he's fooling himself because we all can see how bad the box office have been for a really, really long time. A really, really long time. Almost all the projects they put out in the last 2 years have all been a flop. Apart from, Spider-Man, that is a co-produced movie, and it stars a popular actor in Tom Holland. Even after the fact that Tom Holland made that character popular because of Sony influence, you have to still look at other major failed projects since then. Let's even remove Deadpool and Wolverine, which is even a 21st century project that they revived. Let's talk about what the MCU did on their own. And this is under Kevin Feige's watch. You look at the horrible disaster, which is the Eternals. So you're trying to tell me, Kevin Feige, that your Eternals film that was a major disaster was not woke? Or you're trying to tell me that the major disaster, which is the new black Captain America, whereby now Chris Evans is no longer our Captain America, we are now using a black dude as Captain America. We are using Anthony Mackie as Captain America in the new woke new world. And so you're trying to tell me that was not all about identity politics? Okay, take a look at this horrible show that is airing on Disney currently, which is Ironheart. Ironheart with this chick, Riri Williams, Dominic Thorne. You're trying to tell me that's not an agenda-driven series whereby you're trying to use this horrible character in the comics that never sold a dime to replace a popular figure in Iron Man played by Robert Downey Jr. So you're trying to tell me that was not woke in on your own part. And then let's even get to this Fantastic Four that's coming out this weekend. We already know right from time that the agenda was that Sue Storm was going to be the leader. Yes, maybe it's been confirmed that Reed Richards ended up being the leader, but Vanessa Kirby's Sue Storm was also the main person that was going to be the leader of this project heading into the release of this film. They even had to go sign a clown in Pedro Pascal to play Reed Richards because no actor wanted to play that role where his character will be emasculated and sidelined. So this is all that has happened from Endgame. Remember, even in Endgame's ending scene was woke. They had this scene where all the female stars were all in one scene and they, did this whole girl power crap that was so cringe. And ever since then, it's all been done downhill from there till now. Even when you fast forward to the show following Endgame, which is Wonder Vision, Wonder sidelines Vision in that show. Vision was pretty much useless and non-existent in that show. Same went for Loki. Loki was so bad that they sidelined my man Tom Hiddleston in that show, and they had this woke version of Loki that is a female, and she sidelines my man Tom Hiddleston, and she becomes the main character in that show. These are just few points to many projects after Endgame that have all been failures. That have all pushed all these identity politics. Loki season one was so bad for me that I didn't even bother watching season two. So let's go over what Kevin Feige has come out to say in the media. He says that I said this before, woke and DEI became a thing, and I'm still saying it after. Marvel is the world outside your window, Kevin Feige said. It's not Gotham City Metropolis. This is New York, and LA. And yes, there's also Wakanda and Asgard, but it's all made up of people who make up our world. So he's still running defense. He's absolutely still running defense. In fact, the article says that the remark echoes sentiments that Kevin Feige has expressed before, framing Marvel's content as a reflection of real world diversity rather than ideological pandering. Oh, we really know what you've been doing, Kevin Feige. It is very clear. This is an agenda pandering. You don't even spin it any way than it is at this moment in time. Imagine having this bad star in Riri Williams, Ironheart, replacing Robert Downey Jr. Are you not, giving us that impression that it is all about the agenda? So, this is ridiculous. And he even also expressed his pride in characters like Miss Marvel's Kamala Khan, played by Eman Vellani. Now, Eman Vellani, he even called one of the greatest bits of casting we've ever done, and indicating that she won't be sidelined despite poor performances for both her streaming series and the feature film which she was in, which is The Marvels. Brie Larson, The Marvels. And to be fair, on Marvel, Brie Larson was actually the genesis of the woke carnage that followed after Endgame. Brie Larson was the first woman to come out to start denigrating men and, insulting men, saying, if you don't like what I say, don't give me your money and all that trash back in 2019. And that was almost like a prelude to what has happened all these years after Endgame. So look, no matter how Kevin Feige wants to run his mouth and say that Marvel isn't woke, but you're actually doubling down on failed characters. For instance, this Miss Marvel character, you're doubling down on it. You're also even doubling down on Brie Larson, because I've heard that Brie Larson would probably end up returning for Avengers Doomsday. At least that's what I'm hearing, that she will be in Avengers Doomsday. But at the end of the day, this is not even looking good for Kevin Feige, because he will definitely need this new Fantastic Four first step to do well. This is the third film in the span of 7 months that if it fails for Marvel, or if it doesn't even hit $600 million, they would have had an entire year of flop for an MCU release, and they will technically have five flops when you add this Fantastic Four. I'll go over the box office numbers in the next video, because the Thursday numbers are out already. It looks a bit interesting. I will cover it and explain what I think it will end up opening with this coming weekend. I hope you guys have enjoyed this content. Go ahead, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, follow us here. I'll see you guys very much next time.